dodging everything that they have to against this lineup.
That's crazy. We understand that Mincetar benefits from attack speed items. They're up against a Glue, Kufra, Fredrin. The damage, will they have enough of it? Long sustained team fights doesn't sound like an Echo Plus, but we'll see once we head into this what this gold lane Mincetar will look like going into this series. I did not expect this will be the hero matchup we'll see in the gold lane between Benny Cutie and Eman.
Look at this. Speaking of possibilities, it's happening. Carl TZ on the Valentina.
Yeah, Valentina jungle. The thing that really sticks out to me, though, is Master Assassin Emblem Mincetar, too. You know, like
dry.
How to find the lockdowns here and maybe snowball. You know, that's what you're going to be shooting for. So think about just the one-on-one matchup with Emon and Benny Cutie, how that plays out here.
Yeah, but just looking how the mechanic works with Beatrix and up against. Oh, look at that. Almost low HP. And Benny Cutie says, go back to base and refill back your HP.
Yeah. Emon is not going to be going back, though. He'll be able to survive a little bit more there. But I think the play here for Echo is to continue forcing bottom lane rotations on the side of RSG to free up the turtle a little bit more for Echo, considering that the lineup that they drafted, if it's going to be a full-on team fight, will struggle. We did see in the previous series between BLACKLIST International and BREN, if there is a strong invade composition that it's up against, a jungle Valentina will struggle.
Yeah, and speaking of invade potential, yeah, that's right. If RSG is looking for a way to slow down things a bit for Echo, that's one thing they could capitalize on this part of the early game, because if Valentina is more into getting the objectives faster, that's one way to delay someone and getting into the objectives.
Oh, right now, action breaking up on the top side. 2 versus 2 is going. Nav's quite low here, has to back off. Erad joining the party, he's going to get the CC off. Sanford has to flicker out, though. Nobody falling just yet. Meanwhile, Turtle's going to be worked on. Carl TZ secures it. Able to find it. The lockdowns come through. Another flicker going to be burned for another one. Still looking for the first blood. It's drawn by Carl TZ. Yaoi will fall, though, on the other side. The 1-for-1 trade, but the Turtle goes in the hands of Echo. They're still looking for more. Sanji and Sanford, the San duo. Punish Irad.
That was just raw mechanics coming out from Echo. RSG, they weren't able to get there in time to out-retry Carl TZ in the Turtle, who, by the way, is playing with an injured finger, folks.
Wow.
An injured finger on his hand, and he's playing a Valentina. Light goes in.
Light gonna go in, gonna get hooked though himself. Benny Cutie takes quite a bit of damage. Look at the King's calling though, plus the spear. Emin will fall.
Oh, just look at that confidence popping out with those 3 calls. And that's how Mincetar Gold Lane works with Benny Cutie. Defying impossible, and that's how you delay the progress of Eman as early as now by just looking at the items that you're about to see, which is not that.
Yeah, not that, but we did see Benny Cutie pick up a Corrosion Scythe later. I'm really interested to see. Oh, Light with a hook!
Okay, hook gonna land. There's the Bloody Hunt follow-up. Should be an easy kill. Light will fall. And they go ahead and back off from there. This is what I'm talking about. Pick-off potential is huge for Echo.
Irad and Eman going down to the bot lane. Yaoi here to assist. Let's see if anyone will commit a play here with the Lord Turtle. 30 seconds in. And as I was saying earlier, Benny Cutie's item build here is what we're going to be watching out for. Is he going to be going full attack speed? Will he hybrid it so that he can build a little bit more sustainability? Is Benny Cutie really going to be the main damage condition here for Echo? The way it looks like is that Benny Cutie is one of the options, but it's split. It's Sanji, Carl, and Benny all splitting duties in terms of dealing damage.
You're going to be forced back here. X-Sword already using the ultimate, taking quite a bit of damage. Too much, actually. Had the Vengeance, not going to be enough as Sanji cleans up the kill. So now down a member, Turtle spawns. Echo in a good position to start it up. Erad, though, not going to let Carl TZ take it freely here. Yaoi on the bottom side gets the hook off. Nas there as well. The rest of the team comes through. There's a final slash. Erad takes the Turtle, though, under the nose of Carl TZ. And now they back off. Navs with the split. Split has the backup he needs. Can they grab the kill on top of it? Sanford will fall. Yaoi now in trouble, gets a Prazer's Wrath and shot down by Emon.
The sustain game is so high for RSG, and Echo's damage was not enough to just be into that position to take damages out of RSG.
Yeah, and that's the main thing there as Ira takes away an orange buff from Carl TZ. the lack of damage that Echo will have for the foreseeable future. It'll take a few more minutes until we'll feel more damage coming out of Echo.
Benny going to be in trouble here. It's too much. He was waiting a little bit longer, but will fall. 4 members here of RSG focusing on that gold lane. Turret will fall here. First one picked up for RSG.
Incredibly unfortunate as well for Benny Cutie that Yawi was not able to land a hook to any member of RSG. That would have been a short trade with a hook under tower plus the Bloody Hunt. Now looking at the items, it seems like Demon Hunter Sword is going to be the next pickup here for Benny Cutie. Looking like he's going for the full damage route for this time being. Now RSG Slate, I think their confidence is going to increase in terms of their team fighting. As long as they can avoid the main umbrella of that Kagura, they should be in a good enough position to fight. But with Benny Cutie, well, slightly disturbed here in the laning phase, he should be a while until he gets to feel the damage.
Light gonna jump in, the rest of the team to follow here. Bloody Hunt gonna be exhausted. Looking for the kill, they get it. The final slash a little bit too late. Sanford now trying to make the best of the situation. Gonna get chunked down, they're gonna sandwich in! Light goes in with the flicker combo. Gets him locked down, Sanji will fall, Sanford to follow. In just a couple hits, he goes down top side in a massive play from RSG.
And just as that, the Raiders has taken the tower up top, and that's Echo responding to all of the crumbs that they're following up against the Raiders.
Carl TZ, Benny Cutie, and Yawi will be able to contest this turtle. A great play by RSG, we just mentioned it. RSG felt it, the lack of damage on the side of Echo, so they decided to call a beautiful play. Great call there by RSG.
Hook gonna land here, but to no avail. Turtle will be taken. And Carl TZ gonna be forced out here to get the orange, but now, objectively, RSG in a great place here.
Yeah, and speaking of defense now, they could really soak up some more engages up against Echo. Look at the jump.
Oh, Light's still gonna be going. Sanford goes in with the final slash. He gets Emon. Emon will follow. Hook is gonna land. Irad could be in trouble here. He's gonna get whittled down. Benny Cutie profiting off the kill here. Now Echo showing some fight back in this game.
Now with Benny Cutie rotating more with Echo, RSG are starting to feel a little bit more damage coming in from the side of Echo. It seems like Echo's lineup is either we pick off with pull and hooks, or we can counter punish by trapping people in the King's Calling of the Minstar and then just rain down AoE abilities onto them. That's the strength of the Echo lineup. They have so much AoE abilities, damage, especially magic at that. Nice setup there by Sanford with the final slash to catch him out of position, and of course the counter hook there. Echo has a lineup that can start it or counter punish it.
Well, counter punish. Echo, on the other hand, hooks another one.
Iron Hook with the Bloody Hunt, gonna land down here. Sanji goes in. Sanford pushing Emon back here. Use the final slash already. Now gonna have to deal with the counter punch. They do just call it off. Emon gets the sniper shot off. Still gonna be looking for more. Light has to flicker out. Can they get the kill off of it? Benny Cutie gets that one. Yaoi gonna be in trouble, a hit away, but the kill is not there. Nas has to flicker out. Again, Echo, even though it was a 1-for-1 trade, now looking for that tier 1 turret.
Nats still managed to live another team fight, but the moment he had the grab for the side of Echo, that was one thing that we're trying to play it. Sustain is the name of the game for RSG, and the damage right now for Echo is really not showing. With the lead right now, it's not too far, but the score is almost like from 8-8.
And you saw it there, the Echo lineup split the team fight in your favor, so Benny Cutie can dive the back line onto Eman, and since when he is in that spear, I call it the spear poke form, he reduces damage coming to him from the front, which means a little bit less damage coming from Eman and more damage onto Eman himself.
Gonna have to fight for this. Light gonna find 2 here. Irad secures the Lord there. Now they're gonna win the battle here, forcing them out. Sanji's gonna fall. Who's next? Benny Cutie, though, still able to get a kill before he falls. Now Sanford's in trouble. Irad profiting another one. RSG is just unstoppable at this point.
Too much CC, bros. That is just too much knockups.
The crowd control, the damage, the sustain that RSG has. They are outliving and outgunning Echo right now. Exort has the highest KDA in a game this season with 7-1 and 16 versus Onic. That was yesterday in game number 3. And now Exort coming up big here as the Joy it seems like RSG says, okay, Echo wants to trap all of us inside the King's Calling. Let's all just fight under the King's Calling. We have a Joy with us who will dish out a great amount of damage around the other members of Echo.
Well, 3 Molten Essence and a Dominance Ice. That's how you can really soak up being in the middle of an ultimate of a Mincetar. So right now, what Echo could do is just completely divide RSG's strength as they go into team fights. And this is one problem, though, that they need to answer. Who do you target here? If you're RSG, either Eman, well, Eman or Ear, but they can actually sustain everything at this point in time.
Yeah, again, we mentioned extended team fights aren't the bread and butter here of Echo. RSG do that very well when they get to conserve the abilities. So it'll boil down to the point now of Echo just finding a good pickoff and trying to build out of that.
Well, that's the funny thing is, like, their lineup is literally pick off.
Yeah.
Like that, you know, that's kind of your,
Just it.
what's our A, B, C, and D plan? Pick off.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's kind of what they have. And if they don't, yes, they have great counterpunch, like you mentioned earlier, Renmar, but right now, RSG is actually doing a great job playing around that. Even at times where when those full-on team fights happen, RSG is able to pull out on top of it. Now, if Emon goes down, if somehow he's taken care of quickly, or if one of those pickoffs abilities land, whether it's the spear, the hook, or anything else, then they lose a huge amount of the firepower. So that's the biggest thing that Echo has to do is, how do we get to Emon? They've done it a couple times already. That literally is what they have to do going into pretty much the late game of this match 1, this game 1.
Yeah, is this a hybrid build here for Mincetar? It's most a mix of magic and damage, right?
It's more on the damage. His last 2 items will most likely be for sustain. It looks like he might be going for Radiant Armor.
Sanji gonna get caught out here. Light knew that was the target. Easy pickings. RSG gets a -1 for Echo. Unfortunately, though, the Lord isn't up just yet. So by the time it does spawn, Sanji will be back up here.
Echo here. Again, because of how Mincetar is built, it's not like all of his basic attacks will always hurt. It's really just when he has his shield up and he can poke. It's ability-based. Weird enough to say ability-based basic attacking. But then once that's gone, they will be outgunned because Eman has a more traditional marksman there. If Echo can get the pick-off set that they're looking for, that's the thing. It has to be a perfect set. Lights gets interrupted by the Lord, though.
Yeah, that was a really near trying to get with the jump. So you're trying to say here is they need to have a perfect timing to use their skills at the right time and at the right moment, because if they lose it, it's all gone for Echo. And another free Lord for RSG.
Which is such a tall request. Like, you have to find a perfect start to your fight to be able to win it.
Yeah. It's like things have to fall in place basically, you know, at this point for Echo. And it was probably the best decision to be like, you know what, just give up that Lord. Let's defend. And because if you think about it, because of their pick-off potential with this composition, they have somewhat of an advantage to work around here in the defense. If they can land something, as long as they have enough clear, that's the only problem. Like, as more of these Lords are taken, the clear potential, the wave clear potential is kind of lacking here for Echo. They have to decide whether to get that pick off and then follow up with the burst, or do we clear these lanes? Well, right now they've got to defend against this Lord in mid.
Okay, Rose Gold Meteor for Emon here. Just to get enough shield for the burst of that Kagura. Meanwhile, that's the Lord. On to 50 HP on that last turret on mid.
Yeah, Lord gonna charge up. Irad dashes in there. There's the final slash. The response comes through. They might be looking to end it here. Exort will fall, though. Followed by Sanji. Lord finally gonna be worked on, but already the Crystal's gonna be half health here. Emon just unleashing on it. The base forced back. No minions just yet. A couple hits away. They're still doing it. One hit goes. And RSG will take game number 1.
Don't need to do anything too crazy, anything too flashy. They're going to play a Mincetar Golden against us. Well, we're going to go good old RSG. Game 1 goes to the Raiders.
Task Force Eminent. Game number 1. As close as it gets. They have completely take one bite out of the world champions in this best of 5. Wow.
Wow is wow indeed, right? I would say that, again, I was half expecting Echo to be able to defend against that Lord at least, but it's like similar to what you said earlier, Renmar, like they have too many boxes to check off. Like, what do we use our ultimates on? Clear those waves, displace RSG. Like, how does that work, you know? And that's kind of what we saw there.
Yeah, that was incredibly mechanical by Irad, by the way. Considering that there were so many other members of Echo around him, it did look way too risky to stay there, but he made the right call. There was another minion wave still coming in through the mid lane, and if one minion just made it through, he could just finish off the game himself. A great call there by the mechanic to stay and fight and break the base.
That's why he was called that, because most of the plays that he do is somewhat we were so amazed of that even on yesterday. And that was a utility jungle or a jungle hero that he used. Not even for that assassin that we're waiting to see, but as of this point, that was so close for Echo to defend.
Yeah.
And they were really struggling on how to reach the point, on how to reach the backline. But to break things down a bit, let's give it to our analysts for what happened in game number 1 with RSG Slate Philippines.